Hello everyone, it's Jamie and welcome back to my channel. I am here today on Saturday night and it is time for a cross stitch update to show a new chart that I bought and to spin the wheel to pick my charts for the next week. So I'm going to start off with what I worked on last Sunday. Sunday is for Game of Thrones by Tilton Crafts, and I will show here where I was in my last video. And this is where I got to working on it on Sunday. I think I did like 400-ish stitches and I finished this diagonal here and then I started a new diagonal right there. I am stitching this on 28 count even weave 1 over 1 full cross, and I am doing this in diagonals that are 10 stitches wide, which I am enjoying so far for the background. Once I get to the faces though, I'm not sure if I'm going to stay doing 10 stitch diagonals or switch to 20 stitch diagonals so that I can get more of the face into one diagonal, because I'm excited for the faces. So that is where I am on this. I will be working on this piece on Sunday, which, like I said, this is Saturday night, but the video will be going up tomorrow and I'll be working on it tomorrow. So hoping to get another 400 or 500-ish stitches in, because that seems to be about what I can do on Sundays because I have R&B things that I do Sundays. So there was that. And then the next piece that I will be showing is Tiny Modernist Christmas Village Stitch Along. I am working on part 3 of that, which came out on November 1st. And this is where I was in my last video. And here I am on it now. I am stitching this on 18 count Ada from Picture This Plus in the color Herald. And in my last video, I did not have this tree finished, I did not have this person finished, I did not have this little boy done, and I did not have this area finished. I ended up using this for homework in Magical Stitches. I used it for Year 7 Week 1 homework, cover of your biography. I picked this because I love Christmas, so I would put something Christmassy on the cover of my biography because I think everyone knows that I love Christmas. I start talking about it. Do I ever stop talking about it? I don't think so. So I did 200 stitches on it for that homework, and then, pulling the needle off, there we go. Did I do it for other homework? I also did it for Year 7 Week 1 homework in Magical Stitches, the project that you are closest to finishing. All of my other projects are basically full coverages, are long dog samplers, so this one is definitely closest to a finish because there's only one more part, which will be out on December 1st, and then I should hopefully have this finished before Christmas. So I did that for 2 homeworks, 400 stitches just for the homeworks. And I think right here is the halfway point of the chart. The chart is divided into 3 pages. All of page 3 is done except for back stitching. I'm at the halfway point on page 2, and then it will be page 1 left. And I changed the skin colors again, so both of them are not in the charted skin colors because I'm just going to use different skin tones basically for all of them. Like, these two aren't even, they look really similar, but they're technically different shades of brown, so everyone will be different. I will keep on stitching on that a little bit every day in the mornings and stuff, hopefully. And then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, I have a different piece that I work on. And for the month of November, the way that I'm picking them is based off of a wheel that picks for me. So I am using the wheel Decision Roulette, and I spun it in my last video, and it picked Eternal Promise for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then it picked Templar Prophecy by Long Dog Samplers for Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So I will show you where I got on those, and I will start with Eternal Promise. Eternal Promise is a supersized max color Heaven and Earth Designs, and the artwork is by Matt Stewart. It is a chart that is Lord of the Rings kind of themed. If you've seen Lord of the Rings, you will probably recognize it. And here's where I was in my last video. And here is where I am now. This is a big piece. Gonna take forever. So in my last video I was still on page 2, which I have not finished page 2, but I'm closer, and I'm stitching this on 28 count easy count 1 over 1 full cross. And I'm trying to think. So this is one where I had to keep using my paper copy and I couldn't use Pattern Keeper yet because there is a symbol that Pattern Keeper does not recognize. And so Monday, I just used the paper copy. By Tuesday, I could not stand using like just a regular chart. Like, it took me forever to find symbols, and then just stopping to actually highlight a chart, it just felt like it was taking so much longer. And so I'm going to show you over here the problem that I had with Pattern Keeper with this chart. There is a symbol that is a sideways symbol, and Pattern Keeper doesn't recognize it. It still shows the symbol in the square, but when you search for it, it won't highlight all of them green. And then you also cannot click on those ones because it basically just does not recognize it as like a square. It's just a dead spot on your chart, but the symbol is still there. So the color that it is white. So it's just DMC1 white, and it's basically mostly in these flower areas here. So what I decided that I'm going to do is just put it into Pattern Keeper, and I will stitch everything around the white, and then I'll just fill in the white as I go. So like I'll just stitch all around a flower and then go back in and just fill in the flower, and it won't matter if I can't highlight that. So I ended up putting this into Pattern Keeper on Tuesday, and I am much happier with it in Pattern Keeper. I was able to stitch much faster, and after I put it into Pattern Keeper, I worked my way down page 2 and went to this dark here. So this is the starting of the forest area. I am so excited to be into like the forest. I did not think that I would get there for a while, and then I was able to start working across multiple pages because of the way that Pattern Keeper puts it all together. So this is technically page 3, this is the page that's underneath page 2, and then there's a little bit going on to page 2. So it's very easy, just going all across. I think there's technically 3 colors in there. There's black, a dark gray, and a dark brown. And I like those colors. I like those colors, but they're all black. But I like them more than the light colors. Light colors are not fun to stitch on white. So there's that. I enjoyed it. I am looking forward to when I get to work on it again. So the next project that I worked on for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday was the Templar Prophecy by Long Dog Samplers, and I will insert here where it was in my last video. So if you follow me on Instagram, you probably already saw it because I posted on Instagram because I was super excited because I finished page 1. So page 1 is done. Page 1 technically ended like in the middle of the dragon, but I did not want to split the dragon up, so I stitched onto the dragon, but he doesn't have any arms or anything yet, so he technically should have like a limb here and then one here and then the 2 legs here, but I did not stitch those yet. Those need to come next time. So this is on 22 count fabric, 1/1 full cross, and I'm using DMC 666, and I love it. So this will be going back into my car after, now that like its 3-day rotation is over. Unless it gets picked again, I don't know. We will have to see what gets picked. And yeah, so it'll be going back as a car project. Did I use this for any homeworks? I did not, but I'm planning on doing a homework on it maybe tonight after I make this video. I only need to do 200 stitches on it. For year 7 week 1, they have a homework that was stitch on something with a repeating pattern. That has a lot of repeating patterns with the borders, so I might do that. It's only 200 stitches, it shouldn't take that long, but we'll see. So, is that all my progress to show? Yes. So, what did I buy this week? I bought something. So, I have been watching Heather Confetti Stitcher's videos, and it was like, I think it was about a month ago. She was showing Aurora from Pinky the Pink on Etsy, and I went and looked at the Etsy store, and I've been looking at it for probably like a month, and there are a lot of Disney princesses that are on her store that are from artwork from Hannah Alexander, and I fell in love with like all of the princesses. I want them all. Obviously I know I can't buy them all because that would be crazy. Would it? I don't know. Anyway, so I looked at them for a long time and have been trying to narrow down which one I would want, and I ended up texting my sister about it, because once I get to the point where I'm texting my sister about it, it usually means that I just want it, and I just want her to say buy it, which she does. She's perfect at it. She is doing an excellent job, And so I sent her one and I ended up buying Kita. So Kita is from Atlantis. I will insert here what she looks like. It uses DMC light effects, it uses beads, it has blended threads. It's going to look beautiful, but it's also probably going to be very, very time consuming. But I love it. If you look on Pinky the Pink's Etsy store, she also has, I'm trying to think what the other princesses are. There's Elsa, Anna, Esmeralda, Merida, basically most of the big Disney princesses that you would think of. Cinderella, Ariel, like I said, Heather Confetti Stitcher is doing Aurora, and it is beautiful. It's amazing seeing like the details that are in these charts. And so yeah, I love it. And I ended up joining, there is a Facebook group, I can't remember the name of it right now, but I joined it after I bought the chart. They're doing more like princesses, but they're not all Disney ones. So there's Odette, there was Thumbelina, who else? Anastasia. And they actually have the Anastasia one, like the picture of how it's going to look, and it looks amazing. And Alice, they're doing an Alice chart. Just take all my money. That's all I'm gonna stitch. And so after I bought that, I decided that I wanted to have fabric for it so that I could put it onto my decision wheel so that I could possibly have it as a new start for the month of November. So I got fabric and I dyed it. So here is the fabric that I have planned for Kita. I got, what was it? I dyed it first with like a light pink so that when I ended up putting, this is technically eggplant that I put over it, and I did not want there to be any white showing, so I did the light pink first, and then I just put the fabric into a container and then just poured a bunch of the eggplanty over it and left it for a while. And that is what it is. So I'm excited for that. Now Kita is on my wheel. I'm excited. I have some of the flosses pulled for it right here. Woo, floss. I still need to get the light effects, and I don't have all of the colors pulled. Some of these are colors that were from the toy box, because I have been like, the toy box was in a floss box with bobbins, and I hate bobbins now, but that's a different story. And so I have been like pulling the floss out of that because I need to put it back into my master set, but I'm also taking colors that are used in other charts and then putting them with those charts, so I can use up these before I use a new skein of floss. So there are a bunch of flosses over here that I had pulled from this. So I have floss, I have fabric, I need the wheel to pick a new start for me. So let's move on to the wheel. Are you ready? Hoping for a new start. Oh, my mouse, there we go. So we're gonna spin and see what the wheel, this is decision roulette that I use, and this will pick my chart for Monday, and then we'll spin again to pick my chart that I will work on for Thursday. What would it be? Sailor Moon! It's a new start! Okay, I am excited. Sailor Moon by Tilton Crafts. New start. I'm so excited. So I'm going to be stitching this on a 28 count even weave, and my plan is to start in the middle using Pattern Keeper. I've never started a full coverage chart in the middle before. I've always started in the corner, but I want to start with the sailors. So Sailor Moon. Okay, so the wheel shuffles after I spin it. We're gonna spin again, and we'll see what I get this time. I already got one new start, so I'm excited. I got a new start. Two new starts. Two new starts. Dear Alice. So that is a chart also by Tilton Crafts. This is gonna be a very Tilton Crafts week because Game of Thrones, Tilton Crafts. Wait. Dear Alice is not Tilton Crafts, it's Artisy. I need to write that down. It used to be on Tilton Crafts, and I think Dear Alice also used to be on Heaven and Earth Designs, but it was retired from Heaven and Earth Designs, and then it was retired from Tilton Crafts, and now it's on Artisy. I think. I don't know. But so, Dear Alice, both new starts, so I have nothing to show on like a starting point. Dear Alice, I'm planning on stitching on 18 count Ada, and I plan on stitching that one extreme cross country. I've never done extreme cross country. So extreme cross country is where you pick one color and you stitch it throughout the whole piece, and then you go back and pick another color, and then you stitch that one color throughout the whole piece. And I've never done that before, so that'll be fun. I am excited for this week. Very excited. So that is all that I have to show. I need to pull out my fabric for Sailor Moon and get that gridded. Pull out my fabric for Dear Alice and get that gridded. A lot of gridding ahead for me. And then tomorrow I'll be working on Game of Thrones, and yes, new starts. So thank you everyone for watching, liking, commenting, and subscribing. Thank you for all my new subscribers that I have gotten recently. I hope you enjoy the stitching, and yes, I hope everyone is doing good, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye everyone.